Alright, what's up? Welcome back. This is What's the Remedy? This is Dr. J.
BMO.
Ashley, right? We started?
Yeah,
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, we started this bitch alright.
We gotta start this bitch off right.
I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, no, I was just jumping right into it. Cause we I don't have nothing written down today, so we just gonna go. I mean, we have a topic, so we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
I don't really care to make it too organized. But I mean, we'll start off with your weekend, or we can talk with Ashley because
I miss y'all.
What we've been doing the past 2 weeks.
Y'all been doing a lot. So,
well, shit,
don't act
Ashley,
like
we
y'all.
ain't been out here like over a month, so
Yeah, all together.
yeah.
Everybody think y'all done dumped me off somewhere. No, I had stuff to do, y'all.
Living life.
Living a good life.
So what you been up to? What you been doing?
What you do?
I went to Denver one weekend and went to Atlanta. Just been working and got high blood pressure and shit like that.
Denver, Big Chief in Denver.
Big
Everybody
Chief.
goes to Denver to Big Chief.
Man, I got the best edibles. These look really good. These I should have brought them for you. These are really good. Sorry.
I'm done with edibles.
What?
I can't do that.
They said I can't do it no more either. Like that shit don't go no more. But
Why you start tripping?
I mean, to me, I wasn't tripping, but like not everybody, but just one person said you tripping.
What'd you do?
I was choking them, like hugging, choking.
What?
But when you not, my homegirl wasn't drinking. She's like, oh, you was just so happy. I was drinking a little bit too, so I don't know if it was edibles or liquor. But I was just, loving person that night. Give me a hug, bitch.
Like some Molly or something.
You better not. No.
You went on that Molly.
No, not no insecure shit.
Yeah.
I probably would have been like mom.
Right.
I've been single. Like I'm scared of it. That's I don't want to do
I
that.
don't think I've ever been to a point where I've been like high or drunk and started like divulging all my information like that. But I
Nah.
don't think
I kind of like myself with this shit.
Yeah.
No.
So you control yourself.
Try to.
Apparently not. You choking people.
I didn't choke her. I think she was fine. I gave her like, hey girl, hug. But when you sober, shit, drink a little bit, relax.
She was sober.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it ain't. Never
It ain't the
really
same.
sober.
Yeah, I'm not the same when I'm a little amped up. I actually don't need alcohol to get amped, but probably I was loving life.
Oh, I'm sure you don't need alcohol.
Not at all.
You're pretty lit all the time.
What you say?
What about you, Wash? How was your? Well, I guess it's been about 2 weeks since we've been there.
Yeah, about 2 weeks later. She was there.
Did you miss us?
Yeah, I went to DC. And,
Did you see your president?
No, I saw the helicopter coming by. I think it was the White House. I like that. But like I said, I went to the Lincoln Memorial, MLK Memorial.
Oh, you went to them. Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine was when I went to the reflecting pool. And went to the African American Museum.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. It was some things I would change. Had a conversation with somebody about it. I don't see where they have a lot of room for growth, but they really haven't updated it. It's kind of like it opened in 12 or 13.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think they've updated it since then.
Oh, so it has no. Okay.
Like anything past that time,
They don't have it in
they
there?
don't have that in there and stuff. Like I would have like somebody brought it to me. They was like I would have like the Simone Biles stuff in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like some big stuff that happened that's not in there.
Well, I guess it depends on who's, and I don't know how museums work.
In office right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about like the people that work there. Like as far as I don't know how museum curation goes, but like I think you have to set up a whole exhibit. So like if you're going to shift and change an exhibit, I'm sure it takes a lot.
That's true.
And so
Do they got room for that?
Maybe they're waiting for an exhibit to be put together that encapsulates. Is that the word I'm looking for? Encapsulates everything that's happened in the past, like I guess 5 years since they opened it.
Yeah, like I said, they got room on the different levels to add on to it.
Yeah.
I don't like how they kind of some things they mesh together that didn't need to be meshed together.
Right.
Like you'll have like an enclosure, whatever, with maybe Prince jacket, a jacket that Prince wore.
Oh yeah.
But on the thing, whatever, you have like little tidbits, whatever, with Prince, Johnny Taylor, somebody else. And it's like, why you got these 3 people in here, name on here, but you're only like showing like one thing from one person. Like you need to have like each person needs like they kind of whole dedicated thing.
Yeah.
And stuff. The one person that has the biggest dedication thing is Oprah.
Oh yeah.
Oprah, I guess, a theater.
I was gonna say she might have paid.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like she has, like I'm pretty sure like she paid money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she has like her own the Oprah theater they have in the.
Like you go down, sit, watch.
Yeah, like they in there that's closed off, but then they have like a whole Oprah section to like her whole 20 plus year, 30 plus year
Oh,
run.
I did see that. I did
Yeah,
see that.
it's off to the side. It's not in the main thing, but it was like off to the side, like her own like section of the.
Well, damn.
I mean, Oprah is like black
A
royalty.
god.
She's black royalty.
Yeah, they got like her outfits, different parts from different years, but also like
She's a
cover
god.
30s from the years.
No.
They got scripts and stuff from Color Purple and
What?
and stuff like that. Just all kind of crazy stuff.
I gotta go. I can't wait. I like museums.
I mean, you traveling everywhere. You'll be there soon.
Wear some good shoes. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
you gonna be
My
walking.
feet gonna hurt.
Wear some good shoes, and the time frames are between 10 and 2 for the tickets, whatever. I'll probably say get you a ticket for 1. Because when you go at 1, you'll still be able. It closes at 5:30. You'll still be able to see everything. You won't have to deal with so many lines. Because if you go early, whatever. Like I went at 12, and it was still like the first part when you go all the way to the bottom for slavery and go up. It was like wall people.
Oh, see, no, we went because when I went, it was during the week for one thing,
Yeah.
and the other thing is we went like early in the morning, like when it first opened.
Nobody was there?
Not at first. I mean, like it didn't take long for people to show up, but still, it was a weekday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as bad. If you
People
go
have
out
to
on
work.
a weekend,
Yeah.
it's gonna be lit because everybody's trying to get to see it.
Yeah.
And some people are trying to see it more than once because we went and I
Talking about the
one
action.
trip.
Did you see everything?
No, but I was only in there for maybe about 3 hours.
Damn.
But
In a
I mean, it's
museum
lot.
for 3 hours, y'all?
It's a lot in there.
Yeah, like I said, we got there at 12, and I didn't leave until like about 4:30.
Yeah, it's a lot to see.
I like
so.
museums, though. I can't lie.
I mean, it's
I
a
was-
good museum.
Because when I was in Atlanta, I really looked at like Martin Luther King has like a historical site in his house, and
Did you go to the Civil Rights Museum?
yes,
Which one?
the one by that's not that's in the one by the Coca-Cola world.
Yeah, that's the one I'm
one.
talking
Okay, yeah, I went there. I went to Coca-Cola. I went everywhere I tried to go. It was really fast. I was like, man,
Yeah, it's hard to fit everything. Like, how long was your trip to Atlanta?
probably 3 days.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my trip
Thank-
today.
Trying to fit everything into one
I
thing.
think the best thing was me going into his church. I was like, man, I like
I've been to
it.
Atlanta 2-3 times, and I still have never been inside the church.
I didn't think I could go.
closes.
I thought we couldn't go in because I ain't seen nobody going in, and I was like, no, I don't want to go in there. Not with holes in jeans. I was like, forget that. Ain't somebody going in there. I was like, I'm going in. And
With
it was,
holes in your jeans.
yeah, I was trying to be conservative.
That's how I kind of was for the African American Museum.
Like,
Like
they
I had like I'm not saying like I can go out in the day just chill, but like
Mhm.
a button down, whatever, some jeans on, whatever. You get people like in some hooping shorts.
Right.
And then we're just chilling. Come
yeah,
on.
but it was people in shorts and stuff. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say
And
it's
then-
not formal.
It's some type of spirit enough. Cause like,
You felt the spirit when you walked in.
yeah, you know, Emmett Till had his funeral there, and
Mhm.
Mark, it's small, y'all, and I'm like, all these people were in here or like outside.
Outside,
Yeah, like I say, in that African American Museum in DC, they got the actual casket.
the casket.
Yeah, they have his. They have not his casket. They have what they put his casket in. I guess like what they roll. Like
Oh,
they put
like
in,
the-
like-
The cherries
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. They
Yeah.
have that on the other side. But they,
Yeah, they had. I was like, this. I was like, this is the original casket. They kind of repurposed it. And I was like, why is this the original? But they was like, it's a little thing saying 2005. They dug him up.
Yeah.
And
What?
They dug him up for like a DNA purposes to make sure it was him or something like that. And then they put him in a brand new casket.
okay.
It's remains in a brand new casket. So the original casket they redid and have it on site.
You made a face like he dug himself up. Like he was
Man,
like,
this-
like,
this- the thing-
Pet cemetery.
Just to think how he looked, but that.
I mean, think how he looked when he went in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look, that's all I keep thinking. Like that picture, what they showed,
Yeah, that's
horrible.
The one thing that I took away from that whole situation is like, that's not too long ago.
Nope.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, what, about 50, because it happened in 55.
Yeah. So it's like 60
Yeah.
years ago.
About
And
30 years ago.
Like just reading everything, I was like, this ain't long ago. Looking at the pictures of people that died, I'm looking at basically what's going on right now. Because they had like on the other side. Well, they do have a new church. Whatever church they go to is across the street.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a big one.
and then they have like the historic, like a museum, kind of like a museum, on the side.
On the side of it.
Yeah, it's free. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Did you do watch at the American History Museum, African American History Museum? Did you do that part where you could you like? Was that, no, that was in Atlanta, where you sit down, you put the headphones on, and you act like you at the counter.
No.
You didn't put the headphones on.
No. Are they the white people gonna talk to me crazy?
Yeah.
You got me fucked up.
They have something like that at the
They have one there too, right? Yeah,
right. They have that like that train car or whatever.
Yeah.
They got like a thing where everybody was sitting. I don't even know what they was doing.
Yeah.
Like it was like they had like the pictures of them sitting like doing sit-ins at the diners, whatever.
Yep, that's what it was. So, so like you put headphones on, and it just kind of simulates. It tells you to like close your eyes, and then it simulates people talking to you. And you know what it reminded me of was like being online. And it's like people talking to you like that. That's exactly what it was. I was like, well, you know what? Them people that put us in them player processes might have been on to something. Like, it actually makes sense now. Because somebody had told me once, after the whole pledge thing, they were like, we're just trying to simulate, the adversity that our ancestors had to go through, blah, blah. And I thought it was some bullshit. I mean, somebody selling dreams in this motherfucker. But, like, it actually turns out that that's exactly what
I don't think I can
like.
I don't want nobody talking. I don't get that.
I mean, you learn. You get through it.
Yeah,
You become strong.
People on each side of you.
Yeah. Y'all grow through it together.
And have to be funny.
Yeah. And the after effect is really funny.
Yeah.
But anywho, we're gonna move right along sweetly. So our main topic for today. Is we're gonna talk about ghosting. Now, a lot of people have know what ghosting is. I mean, we guess we can give like a rough definition. But we're gonna go through what ghosting is, how we went through ghosting, and we're also gonna talk about some of the effects psychologically and, just personally that you go through when dealing with those types of situations. So, who wants to give a definition of what you think ghosting is?
Everybody's definition could be different.
That's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I said.
My ghosting,
So what is it to you?
To me, it's like you were talking to someone, and then they just left your life. Like you don't see them anymore.
Like disappear completely?
They completely. Like you ain't see them. You don't see them anymore. Like you probably went out with them a couple times, maybe. Probably they know like your name, your last name. I know the side of town you stay on. Know where you work, and then you don't see them no more. They not answering your phone calls, your DMs, text messages, and I don't know. That's what I think of.
I agree with that mostly. I think it's more of if you kind of involved with somebody more.
See, what's more?
Like more like I said, y'all been on
like sexually?
No, I'm saying like
not
necessarily.
That's
But like I
like,
say,
you know my last name.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if you, that's
You
true.
know my last name.
But I'm saying like you been on 2 or 3 dates, whatever, and then somebody disappear on you, whatever. Right? You be like, this shit just didn't work.
No.
But if you really like going out, y'all laugh, y'all share some conversations and stuff like that.
And that's what my dates be, sharing.
Oh well, okay. I'm talking about, to me, it's a little bit deep. Like,
I actually got those in-depth dates.
Yeah, like we really, like I said, we really in talks, whatever. We might have talked about really getting together, or what the case may be. And then next thing you know, you don't call no more. You don't hear nothing no more. And
Are you texting them nothing?
then you get no reply back.
You calling
kinda like,
nothing.
what the hell?
But you still.
That's basically my definition too. It's like
Okay.
if you, but I feel like you have to have like you said, it has to be a little bit more than just a couple of dates. Like it has to be that I've
So no,
really
been chilling with
committed.
them like 3 months? What's up?
Well, no, I'm just not even that long. Just like let's say, okay, well maybe it is just a couple of days, but like y'all have gotten really deep. Like
Well,
not
so
just
Somebody that you kind of
Like you can trust
like you invested in a little bit.
yeah, like
see where it's going.
You built up a level of trust with them. You done started like going back and forth about like problems in work, problems in your life. Things you don't divulge to anybody else, and you started to tell that person, then like they just disappear. That's kind of ghosting. I mean, I guess ghosting can be anybody that you don't hear from anymore. But I think that the ghosting that we're kind of talking about is the kind where you are actually really, like Roger, invested in this person.
Yeah, because like I said, when somebody you just kind of dating and they ghost you, you kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, we don't have no
But
connection.
if you got a connection with somebody, like y'all build like a friendship or whatever, and they disappear, you kind of like, what the hell just happened? Like, you trying to figure out like what's going on.
Oh, I ain't never got ghosted. No, let me get back with y'all.
No, you've been ghosted.
Not invested like that. So
I mean, okay, well let's say that Okay, so this is the first question then. So, would you consider it ghosting if, like, it's just somebody, like we said earlier, that you just talked to, you know, a few times, y'all went on a couple dates, and then they just disappeared? Is that?
I would say, I would say.
Because that's just the definition to you, so yeah.
Yeah, I would say that sounds like your definition of ghosting.
Yeah, he ghosts me. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if that's your definition and you saying you ain't had that done, then
Yeah.
you can't.
We know why you ghosted me, sir.
Well,
We know.
Why do you think?
Nah, I'm not saying that.
You don't want to say why?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to take your word for it then.
pretty much.
I mean,
Y'all ghosted people?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sadly to say.
Ooh, what you say?
But it goes on different levels though.
yeah.
Cause
It
like
depends.
cause like a lot of people think like ghosting. I feel like people say when somebody get ghosted or whatever, it's like, oh, you try to figure out what did I do wrong or whatever the case may be and stuff. But a lot of times you don't know what certain people are going through. Like it could be a reason of like, hey, that person not feeling you anymore, or like that, or whatever the case may be. But it could also be like that person go through something mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I think that I haven't. I can't. I take it back. I don't think I've ever ghosted anybody because I'm the type of person that's like, I'm really open.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have a problem with somebody, or if I need to tell them, you know, that I can't fuck with them no more, then I'm going to let you know.
I don't think
because
I'm
like to-
ghosting no one. Yeah.
You tell every time, like, you gonna stop talking to somebody, you be like, hey,
Nah, I
you
just
know, this
use
ain't gonna work.
communication goes a little further down. Unless we have a conversation, probably, yeah.
So have you ever gotten a phone call or text message and not responded or not answered?
Yeah.
So did you eventually call that person back?
Yeah, I'm gonna text you back probably next
Oh,
day.
okay. I was gonna say, because if you did it and you just
I'm gonna
never
feel
responded-
bad. I'm gonna
Oh.
feel bad.
I had somebody tell me that I ghosted them before, and it was basically because I broke routine.
Okay.
Well, like,
That's not ghosting.
What I'm saying,
Fuck a routine.
that's what I'm talking about. They said I ghosted them because it was like a routine of we used to talk all the time, kind of thing, and then it kind of just stopped. And
Did you ever talk again to that person?
yeah, we ended up talking again. 'Cause like I say,
How long did it take?
No, it took like say we like and that's what they said I ghosted them. It's like a couple of days, whatever the case may be, with her, like a day or two, and they feel like you ghosted, you just straight ghosted me, you didn't tell me nothing, this and that. And I'm like, I'm not ghosting you. It's the whole point of like you don't know what the hell's going on my side right now.
Right.
And stuff. And then too, like I said, we was going through some at that time we were arguing about different things, whatever, and I felt like a lot of the energy was kind of negative. So I just kind of removed myself from it. Not saying that I was just like, we never gonna talk again, whatever. But at the time, they're not talking for 2 days. They felt like the routine was broken.
That's a good point. That's not me ghosting you if I remove myself from your negative energy. Because that's not ghosting.
To them, it is.
Fuck them. I need to take care of myself right now.
Okay, so now we're getting into another side of this conversation. So, is there a valid reason for ghosting somebody?
Yes.
There could be.
Yeah. You don't know, like,
I already don't know,
on
but it could
insecurity, like that, to me, I think he got issues, man.
Okay, so what is one of your reasons, and we'll just go around, what is one of your reasons that you say it's okay if somebody gets ghosted? What's a reason that you would give?
You might be going through some things with your family, yourself, that I need time away, or like, just sometimes, like right now, I don't feel like talking to people. And it's because I'm tired. I just want to come home, I talk all day at work, and shut the fuck up.
So do you feel like if you made a connection with somebody, are you responsible for letting them know that, hey, right now I don't feel like talking?
I think I should, but some people take it the wrong way. Like, but that's not your problem. How they take it.
Because it is up in the air. Because some people be like, you should tell somebody that, and then other people like, you worried about your own self-help. So
Right.
why do
I'm
I
gonna
need
let
to
them
explain
know,
myself
like,
to
I'm
somebody?
going through some things. Let me just chill, and then whatever you want to do is what you want to do. But I'll let you know I'm about to take care of myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess my question with that is, damn, I can't remember what my question was with that. But like, I guess people kind of ghost people for whatever reason they have.
Or just you a lame ass nigga, and I gotta get rid of you. Yeah.
Why not just tell the nigga? Like,
You can't say that shit.
Why not?
I kind of make it like this. It's fucked up. I kind of like get really like short with my texts, or I'm not available. I'm a flaky person. I don't ghost. I flake. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, you might say, hey, let's go out tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Next day come, hey, when we go out, I'm tired. That's like...
I had to watch out for that myself.
Yeah,
No,
I said I was going to stop that shit, but I'll be tired. And some people, I just don't want to
Well, there's have to watch out for some things because you see how much you read into stuff and people read into things. Like, if somebody's sending you a text or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You really can't send back one word unless it's just kind of like, oh, I'm outside, or hey, we meet here, okay, whatever.
Don't send nothing else back.
But if you send something to somebody and they send you like a full sentence, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't send something back, it can be read as you're not trying to fuck with them or vice versa.
Well, I done had guys like text me like, hey, let's go out tonight, I'll pick you up. And then if I don't respond back 45 minutes later, they be like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you don't want to go. Give me time. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't like that. That's what's up. Give me time, nigga. I need to. Do I really want to go out with you?
That's what I'm saying.
Or am I busy right now? Can't text me. All right, I got shit going.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's an issue because, like I say, it just shows how much we read into little stuff. Because, like I said, I can't somebody like that's what's up because I'm probably doing something at the time, and I'm just saying like that's what's up. That's a short form. Like I agree with what we're talking about, but I'm kind of doing something. But you don't know that. So you might be saying like, he being short with me right
now. To be honest, him saying that's what's up, I be like, okay. And I say, okay. And then niggas don't like that. Oh, don't put, I just told a nigga, okay, cool. He's like, what the fuck that mean?
Exactly.
I'm like, what you mean? It mean, okay, cool. I'm fucking tired. Like, leave me alone.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's why, like, I feel like the whole ghosting conversation is, you got to take it with a grain of salt because in some cases,
she got ghosted, I don't know.
In some cases, they just don't know any other way to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how to explain.
How Issa got ghosted?
Oh, we going to the insecure.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Cause how she got ghosted, that would have hurt me. I didn't have sex with this nigga on the Ferris wheel.
I don't know why she had sex with me on the Ferris wheel.
They were high.
Trying to live her best life.
Yeah, fuck that. I got on that Ferris wheel. Man, I ain't want nobody moving. I'm scared of heights. I ain't never doing
I didn't like her either because I got on that hotel.
That shit is horrible. And then the dude told me, talking about, y'all had fun? I said, hell no, I ain't going back. He said, that's why I don't get on there. I was like, what? Never going. I just took my little picture. I'm good. I don't like heights. But she fucked that nigga. Then basically, he gone for a whole month. And then he comes back, which was nice. But I'm really like, where the fuck you been? And you could have said something
before I showed up with the flowers.
Yeah, you can't just show up. She might got a month. I got a new one.
Shit, Issa ain't got no new one.
You don't know what she got.
This is what bothers me though. This is what really kind of bothers me with that because like it kind of like I know they did it for the dramatics or whatever, but if he was staying with the Asian dude, why you just didn't ask the Asian dude where he at?
She did.
Oh, what did he say? I didn't see it.
I mean, that one time when she came by the house. And
and going through his shit?
Like, yeah, she was like, she just said that she was there for him. Well, they said they were there for the Asian dude. And he's like, I'm here by myself. And she didn't ask him anything else about it.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, instead of being direct about it, they was like going all the way around it, like, we know something's up. And it's like, why don't you just ask them directly, like, have you talked to him?
She was crazy about it.
You're doing too much, but she shouldn't have been crazy that soon. Because he had that good deed.
Well, it was
just saying.
Like that plays a part. That plays a part. But it's also this though.
That's why he came in.
He basically was her support system.
For her, for her doing it,
yeah. Like I said, to tell her like she can do anything. Like she quit her job.
But did it look like Lawrence was trying to talk back to her? That it looked like she was going somewhere with her creativity, what she wanted to do. It looked like he was trying to come back.
Well, they had that conversation. You go back to that conversation they had at the bar or whatever, and then him kind of talking to Chad at the movie thing, or whatever. It was kind of like not wanting to start over.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Like, hey, I understand this over here and stuff, and I want to settle down. So just to avoid messing with all these different women over here.
I knew he was talking to that girl that she was talking to.
Oh yeah, because they met at the baby shop. They met at the baby shop.
Yeah. But it's kind of like, and we still talking about the insecure thing. No, this is a different girl.
Yeah, that was the church girl, like Bryson girl.
He ain't fuck with the church girl no more because she asked him to go to Bible study.
Yeah, because he ghosted her. He ghosted her. He looked at the text message. He like, yeah, I'm be busy. Or he looked at it. He just put the phone down.
No, he texted her back and he's like, nah, I think I'm gonna be busy. And then I don't think he when she called him, he just put the phone down.
Yeah,
like he's not answering her phone call. He wasn't dealing with her.
Dang.
But the thing is, you could tell he was gonna go that direction with her because like she started bringing up a lot. Like when they had the little ice cream date or whatever they were doing, she started talking about church stuff, and he was like, I like she started bringing up a lot of stuff about church, and he was like, I'm just kind of trying to ease into it. You talking about some.
His homeboy ran up to the altar. I was like, I like him. I like him. I like him.
Man.
He got his gal back.
Yeah, he did. But that's what I was gonna say. Like, so that just kind of goes back to the whole idea of dealing with the devil that you know. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm in a fucked up situation, or I don't really like this person, but I can deal with this one because I know this situation. I don't want to get back into the single pool and have to try to find somebody else that's gonna be.
And it's hard to start over.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to put yourself out there. Like, damn.
I mean, everybody gonna have problems. So it's do you want to deal with the problems you have now to where you can actually, I know what the problems are and I can try to fix them, or I find somebody new and they just gonna come with new problems anyway.
But that's when you get yourself into a hole. You never want to do something. Might as well.
Right. I might as well stick it out.
I might as well stick this out. I might as well go back to the situation. Because like I say, it goes down to the point, are you in love with the person or are you in love with the ideal?
But he also said the head was fired. So
Who
it's
did?
understandable. It's Beyonce, Chad.
Yeah.
Chad said the head was fired.
They cheating on him.
But the head was fired.
Yeah, that's what he went back.
That's
And he didn't want to deal with all that bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with all the
But he
single
said-
bullshit.
what,
But then the head was fired.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, that's a big step right there. Take note, ladies.
So ain't not going there.
Okay.
I'm not going there.
Because we had this conversation before.
What?
We had that conversation before about shit that people don't do.
Oh, that is true.
We had it on this podcast before.
Okay.
Yeah, but going back to the ghosting thing, like when Nathan got ghosted, whatever, like it was fucked up. Like I said, waiting a month, you didn't even call.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like
But he looks so sorry.
But I'm saying you can tell in his face though, like
He looks sorry. Just
the-
like an H-Town nigga to get ghosted on
already,
us.
There
baby.
you go.
But it was like in his trying to explain, I felt that because that's
Yeah.
me trying to explain. So, like if I'm not.
It looked like he really was going through some shit.
But
But
like I said, I felt that pain because like I am that person. Like I say, try to be supportive of what somebody's trying to do, this and that, whatever. But then, like I said, if I have my own issues, I will kind of just remove myself from a situation, whatever.
And that was my whole thing. Even when I was watching the show, like I was on Twitter when the show was on. So, you know, a lot of people were tweeting about, oh, that ain't no excuse. Or even Issa said it on the show. She was like, oh, so you couldn't talk to me because you were sad? He didn't say he was sad. He said, I sometimes I get depressed. Depressed and sad are two different things.
True.
Like, depression is real.
Yeah.
Like, sadness, I mean, everybody gets sad.
Yeah.
But
Like,
sometimes you don't want
something-
to open up to nobody about that. Like,
especially not depression.
Yeah, you just
like,
want to stay to yourself.
depression is like a serious thing, and so like I understand, and what I said about it is we don't know if he has some kind of like a major depressive disorder. Like if he has that, then you know he may know what his triggers are, and he may know that something is triggering me, and I need to stay away from everything right now.
Did you keep like when she took him back to the house after the tacos? It seemed like she wanted that nigga to stay, and he was like, "I'm just, I didn't want to move too fast."
Yeah.
And stuff. So it seems like because they moved that way, that he felt probably like, "Damn, I didn't want."
You felt cornered.
Yeah.
That's like that. Like
Because I was like, dang, he didn't really want to have sex with her or nothing. Like he kind of, and then he didn't even text her then either. Cause she was like, "Why you didn't text me?"
Oh yeah, that's true. I
And-
missed that.
Because I watched that part again. She was like, "Why you didn't text me?" She was high as hell. "Why you didn't text me?" And could be, he said he was like, "I felt like I was moving too fast."
Right. So like they got back to, I mean, because he searched her out pretty much. It was like, he went and spoke to her, and they spent the day together that one time and all that. They went back to the house. He felt whatever his trigger was at that moment.
He got the hell out that
and
house.
he ghosted her.
And I
right
thought,
then.
Yep. And I thought, what nigga would really leave? They'll be like, "Oh, go ahead and do your job. I'ma stay right here." Some
Yeah.
niggas, I'm not saying all. Nathan left, but most of y'all niggas gonna stay.
yeah.
Cause y'all want some.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah, cause Nisa wanted some.
Yes, she wanted it.
Nisa hot. Shit.
But I'm not
Hide the pants. Hide the pants.
Put your ass down.
You need to take a cold
Fast
shower.
tail.
Damn. She
Fast
should have
tail.
stayed with old. What's my other boy name?
Dan?
Bullshit, yeah.
She was a bum with Dan.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so back to the whole ghosting thing. Like you said, that kind of started it. Like, but I feel like that's a valid reason to like not talk to somebody. And I personally think that what made it bad was him coming back.
Yeah.
Ghosting her and then
Mommy
disappearing
made it
because you got
worse.
shit to deal with. You disappear and deal with your shit and don't come back. That make it easy. Like
no,
coming back,
he probably felt bad.
I'm sure he felt bad, but
You
at
can't
that point,
do the yo-yo effect.
yeah, you can't pick and choose when you want to feel bad.
Can't go
You
going back and forth with these
can't
niggas.
be double dutching. Like,
Get
yeah.
it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, I've experienced that in my life.
You double dutch before.
Plenty of
I
time.
double dutch.
And it's because of the insecurity in yourself. You like,
No.
because you don't want to be the bad person. So,
Yeah.
so you want
So
to.
you gotta
explain,
let 'em go.
So you want to explain yourself. You want to talk to them and be like, this is why this is going on. But you can't fully guarantee this shit ain't gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or you don't want to. You don't even want to have that conversation at the beginning because, like, when you initially ghost them or whatever, you don't want to have that conversation because you're scared of the effect that conversation is going to have on you. If I tell you how I really feel, like, let's say that the reason they ghosting you is because, you know, they don't like something that you do. Like, there's something about your personality.
Oh.
Or even that, like, you got a kid and they just really realize that your kid ain't part. They don't want that in their life. And they don't want to come to you and be like, hey, bro, you know, I don't think this is going to work. I ain't really fucking with your kid like that. So instead of that, like, they just kind of back off and ghost because they're like, you know what, that's not for me.
I ghosted you.
I mean, but I feel like I'm not gonna say that's a valid reason, but that's a reason that somebody would. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
because you like, I rather you handle that anger or that disgust for me,
Then we
like
be around and shit.
but rather than me telling you, hey, I don't like your kid.
Yeah,
and then now you like, now that's maybe a trigger for you to bring you down, and I don't want to bring you down. Like
Right.
So I
need to
rather
remove myself.
I rather you take your anger out on me
Or
versus
your
me
breast
telling you.
thing. Like if your breast thing and he don't want to tell
Your
you.
hygiene's not good.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
And like
Or
think
your
about
toilet seat not clean. Your bathtub look a mess. You don't take the trash off.
I'm just saying, like it may be something that you very
I got some
insecure about.
shit.
It could be, you know, like, it could be a weight thing. It could be hygiene.
Are you too hairy?
You too hairy. Like
Nigga, you got dandruff.
and then like
Snowflake.
if they ghost you, then it's kind of up in the air. Like I don't know what the fuck happened. Blah blah blah.
I'm happy you ghost me, bitch.
But like, if they don't ghost you and they tell you what they really feel, now you insecure for the rest of your life. Cause you got dandruff all the time and shit.
You got dandruff.
The dandruff really got you.
Whoever you are, I'm sorry
I
about
know.
your dandruff. I'm sorry about your dandruff.
She think about somebody
Yeah,
dandruff.
somebody dandruff.
My bad, y'all.
She's like, it's always Christmas in this goddamn
The
house.
fuck is that?
Now you feel with a nigga with that much dandruff?
And his big whoop, yep,
You got dandruff in the bed?
My bad.
Oh my god.
Always snowing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no. See,
Can I
and
get a hug? Can't wear nothing, daughter.
so wow. No man. So
Dusty D.
that's a good reason to just get away from him. Don't
He
even tell him
ghosts
about the
me.
dandruff.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm happy.
Well, maybe he saw the dandruff on you and he was like, you know what, I don't even want to have this discussion.
He told people talking about, man, she got a lot of dandruff.
So now
I
somebody
know.
out there think you got dandruff.
That's fucked up.
He said, every time I looked at her clothes had dandruff on them. I'm like,
Bitch,
damn.
that was yours. That's so
I'm
fucked
just
up.
saying,
I'll take it.
it'd be like
But
that.
I'll be like, hey, I'm happy you ghost me. But most niggas will come back. I'm
They do.
sorry.
And the thing is, and that's why I
Come
don't.
back.
The ghosting thing usually goes the other way because women are usually the ones that ghost. Because men, for the most part, I mean, men ghost people, but it's usually like it's something real superficial that they ghosting somebody for, like
Yeah.
where they beat and don't want to talk to them no more or something
Okay.
like
Boomerang.
So
Like toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a dude ghosts me. Nah, hold on. He just left me alone. Because the other girl did most stuff for him.
that. Oh well, I mean, okay, so.
I'm not a trick. So, nah.
Oh, you talking about buying?
Like,
Yeah,
buying
okay.
shit. She like to write on Facebook, oh, I love my baby. I don't do all that. Like,
Oh,
praises. Nigga, you good. We good. We good.
See, and
I don't want no
that-
nigga I gotta keep praising.
Well, that's different. That's
Oh,
different.
I only
That's a
praise the
love
Lord.
language thing.
Oh.
That's a love language.
I
thing.
do
So
say you do
need
a
to
good
be
job.
Somebody, you need to be somebody that can deal with you not giving them any praise. So.
No, I give praise, but not all my attention needs to go to you. You ain't no fucking child.
Okay, so you can't deal with a nigga that wants you to post him on Facebook. You deal with
No,
somebody
we good.
that doesn't need that.
Yeah.
The
Right,
real-
right.
That's a valid reason to go.
The
Because
real
I wouldn't talk to you no more if
Yeah.
you don't match me.
Yeah, pretty much somebody that ride with you, the same kind of interest there.
Yeah.
Hey,
You just gave another good reason to ghost somebody. If you
But
realize that y'all shit don't match up and you don't really have a way to talk about it, just don't talk to
But
him.
he crazy anyway. He used a fake snap, and he's been following me for months. I had to delete his ass.
Oh,
Fuck
what kind
up.
of
That
people
nigga.
do you be meeting?
He sound like everybody else. The fuck? This nigga used a fake snap. Told me, oh, I seen you at the concert. I'm thinking it's like an old high school buddy. Like, oh, I seen you at the concert. You want to see me? I was like, oh, what you had on? Showed me a picture. It's my ex. You old punk ass nigga. Ain't got a fake name.
They had stuff like that. They insecure.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the fake password?
Yeah.
To the password?
Me and my homegirl came over one too.
So y'all decided to after that?
Yeah, for sure.
Slap a whole 94.
I heard other people talking about it too. They're
Might
like,
as
"Oh, you need
well.
one of those."
Might as well.
That's stupid.
No, I need to go. I'm gonna lurk your shit with my stuff. I don't give a fuck. I'm here.
You little man shit, lurking shit and like.
Like, this motherfucker blocked me. Let me go to my. That's why you need the fake page. He might have blocked me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the other question I was going to get into from this whole ghosting conversation. So, ghosting seems like it'd be a little bit harder now because, like, you don't just have a phone number. You have Facebook. You got what if it's somebody that follows you and everything?
So, if he's still looking at my Snapchat and my Instagram little story, is that ghosting?
If he's not contacting you,
That
yeah.
motherfucker still ghosting
If
me.
you hitting them up, like you respond and you don't say shit to you, they just kind of like
Yeah, he
it.
just
Like,
like
he likes my pictures and keep fucking going about life. And I called. Oh, yeah, I called.
He didn't answer.
Yeah.
Motherfucker did.
And now,
He
yeah,
probably back with his baby mama.
but that's what I'm saying. Like ghosting has to be like
You can have
super
that
crazy
nigga.
now. Like
He got
like
dangerous.
before, because even they kind of addressed it on the Insecure. So like before, if you ghosted somebody, like before all this social media stuff, if you ghosted somebody
You good.
and you call them and they don't answer, you text them, they don't respond, you anything gonna happen. They might have just they
Yeah.
might disappear off the face of earth.
But when
But
you still
now-
posting videos and living your life and I
Yeah.
gotta watch that shit,
I mean, you don't have to watch, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Like
do I have to watch?
you can see now. But no, it's like even more disrespectful now because now it's like not only did I not disappear off face of earth, I'm still living my life and not calling you back.
Yeah.
Is it
Nigga
disrespectful?
posting pictures on his phone like this, and you not answering your phone.
Okay,
calls.
that's disrespectful?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Nigga post a picture
Cause
with
I
your name popping on
Yeah.
the phone like.
Look
I
at
posted a
this
picture.
bitch.
That's fucked up. Y'all niggas be
But
doing
they
this
feel
shit. Like I just posted a picture, she calling and shit. What the fuck going on? Cause we can see y'all online.
And they know, and that's what I'm saying. It's even more disrespectful when you ghost somebody and they can tell that you ghosting them,
This nigga watching.
or like leave you on red. Like it's the
Ooh.
same thing. Like if you
Ooh.
get back on red, then
I leave
that's being
people on
ghosted.
red. I be tired.
But no, I'm talking about leave you on red and never respond. So like you ever seen people's message threads and they be like, "Hey, how you been?" and then it's red.
That's
Then, like,
how
a
my
week
shit
later-
looks. My shit looked like that. I was texting like, "Hey, called you. What's up? Everything alright?" Then I was like, "Oh, okay."
Hey, you remember back in the day? I haven't done this since like
I
shit,
was
like
scared.
like right out of college, right in college or in high school, baby. Like you know when people wouldn't respond to me, and they would send like them little question marks. They
Yeah.
sent like 3 question marks.
What the fuck going on?
What's wrong with you?
No question marks scared me. I was
Do
like,
you hear
shit.
me?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Something wrong with your phone, bro. I think you need to get it fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. You leave messages on red. That's basically the same thing. Like I see your message and I'm still
I'm still not responding to you. Like, I'm
But
alive.
you
I know I'm
looking,
alive.
you like my picture and keep going about life.
Yep, I
That's
liked your picture and I'm
fucked up.
still not responding to you.
Bye.
But I'm saying, like, but we so programmed in social media, we don't, like, you can still be talking to somebody, you just be mad, you like, man, I called her motherfucking ass, and she just liked something on Instagram.
Yeah,
and shit like
I
that.
got
You like, what
told
the hell?
something like you post a picture and I just called you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can answer the fucking phone. I just post my picture. I
Yeah.
keep going. Okay, I know. I'm busy.
Alright, well,
I ain't too busy for Instagram. I'm busy right now.
that's what I'm saying. And that's
What?
that's how you do
Don't
people
shake your
when you
head.
ghost them. You keep doing.
I'm not
whatever
gonna
you
ghost
doing.
nobody. I'm just gonna tell them what's up.
Okay, well let's think of an efficient alternative before we get out of this topic.
Okay.
What's an efficient alternative to ghosting somebody? Let's say it's somebody you don't want to.
Offend.
You don't want to offend, but you don't want to deal with on that level anymore either.
What if you still want to hang with them, but you just don't want to do the extra activities they want to do?
I think there's a simple solution to that.
What?
You tell me, what do you think that you should do? If there's somebody that you don't want to hang out with like that no more, but you still want to be cool with, What is one way that you can resolve that?
I'm asking you.
Well, shit, I'm trying to figure out, you know, shit. Okay, well, I'll give you my thought is communication. Like, communication saves everything.
Like, man, every time I'm out with you, we get real fucked up. I can't handle that. That's too much. And then you start talking you crazy. So let's just be friends over the phone.
Like, over the phone? Like, not go out no more? Or? Oh, so you I mean, that'll work if you tell somebody that, but
That fucked up?
I can, no, it's not fucked up.
No.
If that's what you want, that's
I
what you
already
want.
said,
But,
like, hey, you know, we get
but at
really
the same time, I don't know too many people that's gonna be like, oh hell yeah, I get a new phone buddy.
phone buddy.
To talk to
At this point, I don't want no fucking phone buddy, no text buddy.
30-something years old, you
Yeah.
know, text buddy.
Yeah.
So, what's
And
wrong?
they're always trying to trip me out with people when you see that on different things. People are like, I don't want no fucking text buddy or phone buddy, but you be like,
That's what
but your
we
ass be
do.
bored and goddamn house looking retarded and shit. You want somebody.
You want to be my
But
phone buddy.
You don't want no phone or text buddy, but your ass steady posting talking about how your phone dry.
Mhm.
Right. So you either want somebody that's gonna be fucking with you and on your phone, or you want a phone buddy. But no, like I was gonna say, if you've been talking to somebody and then you like, nah, I just want to be phone buddies now. I don't.
Or we
think
can be
that's
like,
phone
hey, how's everything going once a month?
buddy. Like going out. Saying
How about
that?
we be church friends?
Church friends is fine if you see each other in church and
What's
be
up?
cordial.
Yeah, I want to be like that. When I see you somewhere, what's up?
So do you think that having that type of open line of communication would be helpful rather than
I'm
just
going to
being
get
like,
so cussed out on the text message because niggas, they, bold enough to say that shit in my face or over the phone. So you're going to text me. You black bitch.
they might. That's one of
You
the
think you so
consequences.
damn cute. Da-da-da-da-da. You ain't shit.
That's what they gonna say.
Bitch.
Good bitch again. But I think
That's
that
gonna happen. That's why I gotta act real stupid, like, oh man, I'm just tired. Oh, I don't wanna. So how you tell a person, no, I don't wanna hook up with you no more, go to movies or nothing. But if you need to talk, I'm here.
I mean, you just tell them that. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. I'm here for you if you need to talk. I mean,
You're trying to get me cussed out.
This might not get you cussed out, but it will get you not fucking no more. Like, they not gonna talk to you no more. Like, if you really want to be friends with that person.
No, I don't. I mean,
fine.
well, yeah, I want to be cordial. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to that person, but I don't think we'll be friends because I think you looking for more than just my friendship.
So you just tell them y'all ain't on the same page.
But
may
you
or
know,
may not
see,
get
I
cussed
did
out.
this shit before. Even like the vibe when I see you doing irritating shit, like touching me. Don't touch me.
The sad part, not the sad part, but what you kind of need to do is to be honest with yourself.
Right.
Like you talking about, like, because like say you're trying to beat around the bush and trying to like not trying to hurt this person or trying to make them feel this and that. You gotta be like, hey, I like talking to you on the phone and stuff, but as far as anything else beyond that, I'm chilling right now. I'm not doing that.
I think to
No, I'm telling y'all, this is another person talking. This not gonna fucking work. This nigga.
okay.
But
You
that's
talking
not-
about specific
no,
people.
no.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but that's, that's the
No.
whole point. You still gotta be true to self.
Okay.
Like if it doesn't work, then it's not gonna fucking
Yeah.
work. Cause you trying to find a good situation to make it work. Like it might not just fucking work.
Some people just don't understand the word no.
I mean, okay, so, but to round out this whole ghosting topic, so one of the things you have to realize is, you have to, most people, like we said, ghosting is kind of the thing people do to be like, I don't want to fuck with this person, I may not want to hurt their feelings, so I'm not going to talk to them about this, blah, blah, blah. But what everybody has to realize is that communication is the only way to
Okay.
negate all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And on both sides, communication has to be understood. So,
Right.
on one hand, if you are trying to ghost somebody or you trying to get somebody out of your life and you don't really want to deal with them no more, you have to tell them. You have to tell them and talk to them in truthful language. Like you have to tell the truth, tell why, whether
Like, I
whatever,
don't like
and it doesn't matter how it makes them feel.
I can't be around you because you got dandruff in your beard.
Hey, you know what? And we were laughing about that, but that may be something that separates y'all, and then y'all don't talk no more. But that may help that person grow.
My
'Cause
friend
the
told
next
me
time-
my breath smell like bark.
The next time they go out with somebody,
What you got, Angie?
next
I
time
do.
they go out with somebody, they gonna use little head and shoulders, and they ain't got no dandruff no more. So they have grown because of that interaction. Y'all don't have to be together, but you don't have to lie to people or ghost them. And at the same time, if you're on the other end of that, and somebody don't want to deal with you no more, and they tell
I'd rather
you,
you just don't deal with me. Don't talk to me. I'm good.
So you want to be ghosted?
I'm straight.
Well, like I say, some people do.
Like I just don't want to have that conversation. I think
See,
because
that's
like
the thing.
I'm good. Actually, dirty beard boy, we good. Like we straight.
That's what I'm saying. So like, but y'all have to understand that. Like
At first, it sucks. Cause then you be like,
you'll
they
be
gone. So
you'll be with one
it.
person that wants to be ghosted, but you be there with another person that don't want to be ghosted or don't want to ghost somebody or whatever. And now y'all ain't on the same page.
Yeah.
So that's why like ghosting, hurts so many people. But like I said, communication is going to be important for both sides. One person needs to be truthful and understand that it's not. I won't say it's not nice because that's not right, but it's not good to just ghost somebody and neglect their feelings. But at the same time, you need to be able to communicate and tell them how you feel.
Men don't communicate like that. So that's nice to know and nice to say.
Well,
but
everybody needs to improve communication. That's my point.
Men don't communicate like that.
Women don't communicate like that all the time
I
either.
do when I can.
Exactly. So
If I care about you, I will. But
I mean, yeah. But bottom line is communicate. Don't just disappear on people or talk about the fact that you're
You'll
going to
see
disappear
me.
if that time comes.
you see me.
And if I feel like if you ghosting somebody, and this is the last thing I'll say, then we'll move on. I feel like if you ghosting somebody, you should probably ghost them all the way. Especially, like I said, today's day and
Block
age.
them from social media.
Get rid of all the social media.
No, baby, you need to see me out here. Living my best life.
Nah, and you ain't have to block them, but I'm saying you should unfollow them. Like, if I'm not gonna
I
deal with
did.
you, no, I'm saying like if I'm ghosting you, and I'm not gonna answer your phone calls no more, I shouldn't be liking your pictures.
Ain't they fucked up?
That's what I'm saying. That's
And it makes you even more mad.
emotions.
Yeah, they play with me a little bit. I was fucking bad.
That's why they say somebody didn't like that. They were saying like by way ghosting and all that and stuff like that. I'm gonna block you and stuff like that because I don't want you liking my pictures. I don't want you seeing shit with that. I'm like, okay, but then when you don't do that, the person
Get
like,
mad.
why you not liking shit? Why you
Yeah.
not? They're like, what the hell? But
I thought that was fucked up. You ain't picking up my phone calls, but you liking my shit.
But yeah, I think it's messed up. Like I say, I'm big now, like some of this past shit, like on energy and stuff like that. And I just feel like there's nothing wrong to tell people like at the end of the day you might be a good person, but our energies together might not work.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
Is that okay? So I remember how like stopped talking to me, and then he texted me out the blue, just asked me a question about what's the name of that restaurant we went to. That's fucked up. Like
Ghosting plays with people's emotions.
Like you're trying to see, can you still talk back to me? So my dumb ass answers the text.
I'm gonna say he might just want to see the restaurant.
No, fuck him. I ain't heard from you in a year. Why the hell? Why do you have my number? Because I had to figure out who the fuck is this.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted your shit.
I don't delete numbers. Well, it happened in the past.
Well, no, I changed the name.
Yeah.
Fuckboy 22. But anyway.
Anyway,
21 others, that's bad.
I mean, I take that back. I delete numbers now, but like back in the day when I was out there in the streets, like it didn't matter because I didn't really delete numbers or numbers I didn't save half the time or whatever. So like,
What did you save people names under?
It depends.
Ashley, Miami.
When I was younger, when I was young, and you had to remember where you knew people from.
If you ever look in your man's phone right now, and I want you to see. Shut up.
First of all,
look at that nigga's phone.
Let's stop you right
and
there.
look and see what kind of names he got up in there.
Nah.
Don't let him have your phone, ladies.
Yeah, no. But anyway, yeah. So be careful. Communicate. Don't just leave people out there trying to. And if you are gonna ghost, don't play with people's emotions and hit them up. A month or two later, or like pictures or comment on pictures with little emojis and shit, and then still don't respond to them and shit like that.
Don't put nothing on social media with these like quotes talking about you lost a good thing when I don't like that shit.
Don't do that.
You know what we're talking about? Kind of
Yes, like I be like niggas do it too. I be like,
everybody does it, and sometimes it goes really left because you can just be talking in general, but people will read into it. You have a fresh situation.
Right.
You
But
be like, what the hell?
I tag niggas in mine.
I'm not going at you.
All right, so
It's for you.
We're gonna move right along. Now. We're gonna move on to the line about a second. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world in the past, like I guess 2 weeks since we last recorded. But I mean, I guess the biggest thing, and we're just gonna touch on a couple of the news stories, like Kavanaugh. He just got. Did he get to the Supreme Court?
Well, I think they had the vote this morning. They're gonna go ahead and approve.
It is Saturday when we record this. Just
they're gonna go ahead and approve him and stuff like that. So, so women, y'all gonna lose your rights. The LGBT community probably gonna lose their stuff.
That's fucked up.
But like you said earlier, like when we were having this conversation before we started recording, it's really gonna be good for elections because people gonna get out there and be like, we gotta vote.
Yeah, because at this point in time, like I said, the Supreme Court now has been tilted Republican wise, conservative wise. So if they would have stopped Kavanaugh from being Supreme Court justice, a lot of Republicans probably would have came in rebellion to the situation and stuff, how everything was done and treated. They probably came and really voted out. But now, since they feel like they have success by getting him on the Supreme Court, they should probably, a lot of them probably gonna hang back because you can't keep that same anger when you got the person that you wanted in the position you wanted. Mm-hmm. So, but on the other side, you didn't really piss off a whole bunch of women and minorities and stuff like that. Yeah. So now they're more energized than they was before. Yeah. And hopefully it just sweeps everything and
how do y'all feel about sexual assault?
How do we feel about sexual assault? Like, do we like it?
How do you feel about it?
Question is that?
I think it's good in America.
What do you believe? Like, do you believe that she got sexual assault by him? Do you believe her
from I mean, it's gonna sound kind of racist, but he's an old white man. I feel like all old white men feel like they're entitled to. But
I feel like men. So you're a black man saying a white man. I feel like men feel entitled.
But I'm saying like even more so for white men because they are always in positions of power, so they believe that the world.
I'm a woman, so a man is always entitled more than a woman.
Well, yeah, more than a woman. But I'm saying like
that's how I feel.
Like, but I'm saying like you asked me if I believe that he did it. Like, if anybody brings up anything on like older white men because they are always in positions of power, I'm always gonna believe that they did. Like
like I said, when anybody get accused of something, you kind of like iffy on it a little bit, whatever. But at the same time, it's like with the situation like went on with that. When that person that comes and says I've been sexually assaulted, no matter when it came out, if it leaked, whatever the case may be, when the person that's been sexually assaulted, like, hey, I want the FBI to investigate because if the FBI investigates and they find out that you're lying, they can arrest you. So if I'm the victim and I ask, I want this to be investigated, but you won't even let it be investigated.
Yeah,
that's kind of material. That's like what the fuck. Like,
so do you think like
I want the FBI to come if I didn't do nothing.
Do you feel like she waited too long to say something?
Everybody, you have a lot of people saying that, but at the end of the day, like I said, you look at any kind of sexual assault, sexual abuse kind of cases, whatever, people don't come out and say anything because usually a lot of times in the past and then to this date, people get sexually assaulted and they speak up and people act like nothing. People act like they don't believe them, what the case be. So
or they don't want to stop.
Like they say, like 70-80% of sexual assault cases don't get reported.
Right. For what though?
Yeah, because they don't feel like that's gonna be done. Like they somehow with this Kavanaugh thing. Like look at the dude. I think it was with the dude here, the dude with the dentist office, whatever.
Oh.
That raped the woman while she's under anesthesia.
Yeah.
He ain't going to jail.
Nope.
And stuff like that. So what was the point? Like putting that out there.
You put, and that's why women don't want to come out and say nothing because we're going to be on the basically they're going to look at our past or look at anything, but like, well, when you was wearing this, you was doing that, but they don't give the man a right to ever touch me and think anything.
And I think Trump is dumb as shit, but he's smart as shit as well. To use certain things like he used in this situation, he came out and basically like, oh, I feel bad for. Everybody should be fearful for their sons. All the men, young men should be fearful. And it's like, you basically flip fear on its side.
Yeah.
You basically feel like...
That's what Republicans do, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it's like, you might have one situation where a man gets accused of sexual assault. They didn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Falsely accused. But then you have 10 cases or 20 cases over here of women that have actually been assaulted.
Yeah.
So the numbers don't add up, but with playing on fear, you make people feel like the numbers are even.
Yeah.
Like this happens more often. We gotta protect our young men. It's like, what the hell? The same thing he played with on when he won the election on, hey, the Mexicans are coming in and they're taking your jobs and they're doing this and that. And that's not true. But you put that fear in people, they feel like it. That's the truth.
Those people are dumb.
They are.
They're
informed.
Like,
and they're the people that he keys for. That's what he's
you're
doing.
dumb.
Like I say, he went on a rally and basically down talked her about like how she didn't remember certain things from the situation. She didn't remember like.
You're not gonna remember everything that happened in certain situations.
But the part about it, like I say, and they stay away from that. He's like, She's like, he's like, what room you was in? I don't remember. Where was the house? I don't remember. Who else was there? I don't remember. But you skip all that, you get the crowd cheering for you like that. Talking about basically like she's a liar, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the testimony, the woman said, I think Blasey Ford is her name. She's like, I don't remember certain things, but one thing I do remember is him holding his hand over my mouth and them laughing in glee, whatever, about what they was doing to me. She's like, I'll never forget that. And stuff. So it's like, yeah, I might not remember every single detail, but there are certain details I would never forget.
Right.
And stuff. So
I mean, and like I said, it's just crazy to me the stuff that goes on. I mean, because like Trump got elected and there was sexual assault shit out on him at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not,
that's why I was like, I already knew she was gonna lose. Just to be honest.
and they're like, she basically destroyed her life.
Yeah.
Like to come out and say this. Like
She knew that though.
Yeah, but I'm saying she knew
But
that.
that reminds me of Anita Hill. Like she knew that shit too.
They claim, now they was saying like after they made the vote today, whatever, they was talking about Trump came out and some Republicans came out was like a lot of the women that's been at the different houses, whatever, like to talk to the senators in the hallways and stuff like that. Talking about they've been telling their stories, talking about their paid actors.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And stuff. But again, if you feel like somebody I saw on Twitter today, somebody like you're outraged from this situation, you're outraged, depressed, blah blah blah. It was like register to vote, get all these people the fuck up out of here. And that's how you fight this. It's like when you show them its consequences to your actions. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when stuff starts to change.
I'm really feeling like just.
Well, it's like you gotta hold people accountable. Like the whole thing, that was like when Trump became president, they was like, don't worry, the Senate and the House of Representatives will hold him accountable, but they're not, because they have to get their agenda across, and they might grit their teeth about some of the stuff he says and he does, but as long as we get what we want, we're willing to sell our souls to get what we want, and you have to fight that with like different things. You have to put people in positions to take over stuff. To be like, hey, if that's how you rolling, okay, that's cool. We're gonna make sure you don't have no job no more. Like there was a woman in New York or whatever, like she ran for like a House position or whatever. The guy that had the seat before her said in like a media thing, he was like, yeah, something against women, whatever. And she was like I can't believe he said that. Fuck that. I'm gonna take his job. And she started running for the election, whatever, campaigning for over the year, and she took his job. And she was like, yeah, because what he said at that moment, she was like, I can't stand for that anymore. So I have to, you know what I'm saying, if you want to hold this office, you're not going to hold this office, I'm going to take your job. And that's how people have to feel.
So y'all voting?
Yeah, guaranteed.
Everybody should be registered by Monday. Yeah, October 8th.
Ooh.
Yeah. October 8th or October 9th. One of the two. Yeah, so
I know so many people that don't vote, so.
I mean, it's like that. I mean, like I said, hopefully this.
And they don't care.
No,
that's just how it goes.
And my biggest thing, I'm not, like I say, that kind of makes me mad and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I can't chastise you for not voting. My thing is this:
You can't say nothing.
No, but it's my thing. Like, yeah, if you don't vote, that's cool. But if shit don't go in your favor and shit start going against you, I don't want to hear about you want to protest, you want to march, whatever. Sit your bitch ass down somewhere because you didn't do nothing to begin with. Like, you don't want to hear about your vote don't count. Then you want to be like, well, I'm gonna show my uproar by doing a march.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't want to hear that.
I mean, on the positive side of that whole thing, there was that verdict yesterday, day before. I guess it was like Friday or so.
It was Friday.
That Jason Van Dyke, the officer that shot Laquan McDonald in 2014. Yeah, so in 2014, Laquan McDonald was shot in his back by this officer like 16 times, and it looked like another situation where, you know, the white police officer was going to get off, and they actually convicted him on Friday. So, I mean, just to look at a positive side of like the political stuff that's going on, at least we got a conviction this time, and they got him with they gave him a count for every shot. So he got 16 counts.
Like I say, that's like
He going to jail for real?
Yeah, supposedly.
that's like how they say it's like throwing a pebble in a lake.
Hey.
Like I say, we want to be happy for the victories that we get.
We gotta.
But like you say, that's like one case out of like 50 that's happened in the last month.
You never know. This might step it up for other cases.
I don't know that it's going to step it up for other cases, but I will say that this was one that everybody pretty much thought for sure.
Because we always think they're going to get off.
Yeah, we always figure it immediately. But even like as soon as like a day or two before the verdict, everybody was still saying, "Oh, he's definitely going to get off." Mm-hmm. And so like it was really surprising that he did.
This was in Chicago.
Chicago.
Like I say, well, and this is kind of going back to like what we talked about the museums and stuff, and like you talk about with the Emmett Till thing. There was like the Emmett Till thing pretty much jumped off the civil rights movement to a certain extent. Yeah. You know, so they was like after that, because 3 months after the Emmett Till's death was the Rosa Parks situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, you go back in history, it's like, yeah, Rosa Parks was the first person to get arrested, talking about with the bus situation.
No, she wasn't the first one.
But because of who she was before that, they was like, it was strategically put in place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we gonna make you the face. I don't see that right now. I don't.
We haven't had anything to that.
Well, we've had Emmett Till moments.
Even that guy that got shot in his own apartment, like in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas.
Oh yeah. Both of them, John.
Yeah.
They got so many like, oh, this happened. They knew each other. They got too many. That lady should be locked the fuck up. Let me shoot somebody like that. Y'all know I'll be locked up.
But that's my point though. We've had like over the past 3-4 years, we've had Emmett Till moments, but we haven't had nothing galvanized. Like everybody like leading the charge, whatever.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of work.
Yeah, that's what's the really sad part. Like I say,
who's your black leader? Puff Daddy?
No. Our celebrities are.
Oh.
Our celebrities are.
Yeah, they are really out here talking about a lot of stuff.
The thing is, we're never gonna have a black leader now because like it's too easy to tear him back down. Like the same way that Martin Luther King was a leader then, he wouldn't be a leader now.
No, because all that stuff would be out in public.
Right.
They were trying to put it out there.
I know, but I'm saying it's easy to put it out there
now. Yeah.
So like back then, they would try to put it out, but nobody was hearing it. So it was like, okay, Martin Luther King is this great saint. But if he came out now, they'd been like, oh, Martin Luther King does this and that. He'd be having all this sex with white men and all this kind of stuff. Just, but like, that's why I say in today's age, you're not going to have a leader like that. You have people like Kaepernick, you have people like Jesse Williams that are like really trying, but they have people even on our side that are still against them. You have people like that, DeRay McKesson on Twitter, like people like him that are really trying to do some things, but you have a whole sect of people that are like
against them. Do you call that crabs in a bucket or?
It is. It's crabs in a bucket, but
white people stick together no matter what.
They do and they don't. Because there's a lot of white people that are against.
They are against Trump, but I think
at the same time,
some shit that I was like, how could you be for?
But at the same time, like they're already in a position of power, so you can have people against you when you're already in power. We have people that we try to get in power, and it's hard to.
And that goes to like the thing I told you about that clip that somebody put on his screen, whatever, about they had like the dinner party. And when they had like the liberals and the Republican, whatever, dinner party, like a whole movie, whatever.
Yeah.
And the dude, Republican, was like, I don't see why you, as a liberal, you be helping these black people and blah, 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 this and that. Mm-hmm. They had like, at the time they had the dinner, they had black people serving them. Yeah. I don't see why you trying to help them, whatever. And the liberal was like, oh, no, you got it all wrong. He's like, you got to help them out. You gotta lift them up. You gotta take the best ones and lift them up. And he's like, why would you do that? That works against us, whatever. He's like, no, it doesn't. You gotta take the best ones out of the hoods and the ghettos, whatever the case may be, and build them up and make them feel like they're on par with us. And he said by doing that, you take away them from being a top leader in wherever they're from. Right. Because basically by building them up, you help them feel like and make them instill in their minds that they feel like they're a part of you. At the same time, you're dirtying them up to the people they left back at home, because now people back at home feel like they're too good. You know what I'm saying? So you basically disenfranchise this whole race of people, whatever. You take their good ones and move them up, and you basically use them to your advantage, but you keep them away from galvanizing the masses. And I'm like, that's what they do every day. Yeah. Like I say, that's the one. Every time we have risen up and as people of color, whatever the case may be, and try to do different things, yeah, they've always kind of been one step ahead, because their whole message is the same. They just do it different ways. The whole message is division. How can we separate them from coming together? And
if we come together.
Yeah, we come together. Like if black and brown people, the people of different races, are all galvanized together, we are the majority. And we don't do that because they find little ways to intersect people. Like me and Jeremy could be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, we want to do this move, this and that. Then you have a person be like, a white person come in and be like, hey, well, you know, I see what y'all doing. That's fine and stuff like that. But hey, I can help you do over here better. Just with you, and I'll give you this much.
And then you'll lead the group.
And you lead the group. You know what I'm saying? People. Well, that's like kind of like the she said group, the New Edition movie.
Yeah.
Where Ralph Tresvant, it was like, no, I don't want to move. I don't want to leave them. I want to and stuff like that. And pretty much he always felt like he was kind of getting fucked because they never really appreciated him for that. Like trying to.
Because he should have left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's
Bobby left. Well, he got kicked out.
But that's the whole point though. Like you have people that be like, no, I understand this is bigger than me, and you have other people like, shit, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody be. The funny thing, like they laughed on the Breakfast Club about it, and I thought it was funny as hell too. When Kanye went on his rant on SNL, he was talking about like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get off of Trump's neck and blah blah blah. They bullied me, this and that. You can hear on the video somebody in the crowd's like, I love you, Kanye. He said, yeah, I love me too.
Oh shit.
So
that's y'all boy.
Who boy?
I don't know.
I can't listen to the music no more. Y'all pissed.
But that's somebody that's narcissistic, whatever. They'd be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love me too. I don't love you, but I love myself.
Right.
Which is perfectly fine. But it just comes off in just a negative tone.
Yeah.
So what did he say on SNL? We can talk about
Oh, I mean, I was gonna try to go to something more upbeat.
Go ahead.
No,
that works. That works too.
I mean, I don't even know what he said on SNL anyway. So
No, he basically said on SNL, he came out there with the MAGA hat on. He did like 2 or 3 weird performances. He was dressed up like a period water bottle.
I'm done.
Yeah. I saw that.
I ain't seen that.
Him and Lil Pump, whatever, came out.
Oh, they did they song?
They did their song. Instead of like the box things they had on, he came out as a water bottle. I think Lil Pump came as something else.
He had like a Fiji water bottle.
Yeah. They came out as a water bottles. So everybody thought it was weird. And like I said, the SNL thing, this happened after they cut the show off.
Oh, so this wasn't on the show.
No, on the show. And like I seen an interview with Don Lemon. He was like he was at the recording of the show. And it was like the way the SNL does it, like until everything is done, they don't let the audience leave, whatever. So they was like the show had cut off for TV purposes, but they kind of like usually do a little bit more or whatever for people that's there. And like he went on a full rant talking about how he was bullied backstage. They wouldn't let him. They didn't want him to wear his MAGA hat, and talking about how he feels like the Trump, we need to get off Trump's neck, whatever, because he's balanced. Because like 90% of the media, celebrities, athletes, whatever, all liberal. So this is just a balance the world needs, and we all about love. People need to stop thinking with their head and think with their hearts. And then he went on to a weird song.
Yeah, that's why I just stopped listening to what they say Kanye said, because he just.
And it was funny. The video was funny because like, he went on this rant and he said something, whatever, and like you hear like 3 people clap. You know?
Yeah, I seen that. I heard people clap. Like
like 3 people clap. Like nobody, because everybody was looking at him like, what the hell is this? Don Lemon, like he did like a segment on the show about it. He was like, I was tripping like, damn, people are really getting loose on TV because Don Lemon like, yeah, I was trying on this doing his rant, talking this bullshit. And I'm like, damn, okay, Don.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
I don't like to devote energy to Kanye because he's always saying something.
He must have got a new album coming out.
He does.
Oh, okay.
But then it's also what's really messed up about the whole situation is he's being weaponized, and I think he understands he is. He just don't really give a shit because he's all about himself. Because when he does stuff like this, you go to CNN or Fox, whatever, and they're like, thank you, Kanye. See, that's how the liberals do you. You can't get your message out because this and that. Or Trump tweets about him like, hey, I appreciate you, Kanye, and stuff. You're being weaponized against your own people. And instead of just realizing that, whatever, you're just like, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. Like Charlamagne said the best about Kanye. He was like, at the end of the day, you tell Kanye he can't do something, he gonna triple down on it to try to prove you wrong. Even if it's wrong.
Half the time he just wants attention. And I think that's why I just kind of gave up on him.
But he said he's off his meds.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he said I don't tell him I'm off my meds and stuff.
But yeah, people.
I don't think he needs medication.
No, he does. But most people that really have that really deal with those type of issues are going to keep explaining to you that they off their base.
What is he? What do you need medication for?
He's bipolar, and he seems.
But he don't talk to anybody. Don't see no type of therapist. He don't fucking read.
A lot of them don't. Like a lot of people on that level don't go to like therapy and stuff. A lot of them will see a psychiatrist, and a psychiatrist can just prescribe you some pills, some antidepressants, or whatever else you need to make you feel better.
He had they had a clip because he had an interview with TMZ. With the dude Harvey, he went back on TMZ, and they was talking, and it was like sitting outside like at a table, whatever, and they had like a crowd kind of like by whatever. And Harvey asked him something about like, hey, with the Trump comments and stuff that had like you people say like you're really kind of destroying kind of like black people's concept, whatever case may be, right?
Yeah.
And he got quiet for a second. Like he didn't know what the answer, and then he was like, I'm just sorry because I'm feeling a real energy with the lady in the white right now. I need her to kind of like stay where she's at in the middle because I feel like a link in our energy right now. And Harvey was like, we need to ask you the question again? Like, do I need to repeat the question? No, then you had to repeat it, whatever. And then he was like, pointing about the one with the energy, and he was like, he got quiet, and then Harvey was like, well, we're going to take a commercial, and we're back. No, you're not finna Jimmy Kimmel this situation, and stuff like that. I need time, you know what I'm saying, to really feel my thoughts, and I need my time, whatever. And then Harvey was like, well, okay then. And then Kanye he said that, and he was like, so what was the question again? And it just shows that you all over the place.
Kim ain't gonna help your ass either. Oh Lord. Well, bye Kanye.
Yeah. Moving on. So, well, I was gonna go into like this whole Pandora bracelet thing, but we already went into like over an hour.
Damn.
So, I was gonna
I got a Pandora bracelet.
You got a Pandora bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole thing.
My brother and sister-in-law brought. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing about the Pandora bracelet was there was an argument on Twitter that, well, a dude on Twitter said, you know, a good gift idea is to buy your girlfriend or your wife, whatever, a Pandora charm bracelet.
What color?
And then this was a black dude. He said you should buy your girlfriend, whatever, a Pandora charm bracelet, and then you can get her a charm, you know, throughout
the relationship.
Yeah, like
that's long lasting.
Birthday, whatever, you get her a new charm all the time, and it commemorates things.
Yeah.
And so, like a lot of women jumped on it, and that was like, it's a stupid gift idea. I don't want no fucking charm bracelet. You know, things like they were like, you should never buy your woman no generic ass gift like that. And like, cause you if you really know your partner or whatever, then you gonna buy them something. The gifts you buy each holiday and each birthday should be different and something that they really want or need or whatever. Like a charm bracelet is just generic. Like I don't give a fuck about what you want. I'm trying to get you a charm bracelet.
But isn't it the charms are about you? Like your birthstone. Oh, you're a nurse. Oh, you just had my baby. Oh, you got great grades for and something. They're charms. Like my charms are me. I'm an aunt. My charms are me.
What they were saying was it's a good gift to get from like your mother or like
my brother,
your uncle or something. You know, like a family member or like a co-worker.
I'll take it from my boo thing. He can buy me a charm.
I think it's a really good gift.
I think it's a nice gift.
But the caveat to that is that can't be your only gift.
Well, you can get at first when y'all first order the charms and then something else like hook it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you need to do another gift, whatever, and then the charm be the icing on the cake for the further events, whatever.
Oh, would you get your gal a charm bracelet?
Yeah,
if she was into that, yeah.
I mean, like if you talk about she would wear it.
I'm surprised women would say that shit, but then again, what's a good gift? You be having that nigga buy you anything.
First of all, you have to take into account that we're talking about Twitter, and so people on Twitter have unrealistic expectations because they want
Gucci, Prada.
Like you have because you have somebody on Twitter talking about don't buy me no damn charm bracelet, this and that, but the dude they with they ain't buying them shit anyway.
Ain't shit, right?
Yeah, so
or they don't have anybody to buy them anything at all. So
yeah,
there's that.
I seen this girl, her birthday. What's that girl that she does Frank?
You talking about that J. Cole?
Yeah, her boyfriend. She just turned 24. Her boyfriend basically cooked. She said we've been to every restaurant for her birthday. He cooked and it was real nice, like some restaurant shit. Like he had our own menu done. It was really nice.
Like a chef or something.
He has to be. That shit looks so good. I don't care. Well, have a chef come in that bitch. I don't care. I was like, wow, I'm 35.
That's expensive.
Ain't never had that. Oh,
I seen somebody do something like that.
there's some chefs you can afford. Yeah,
I mean, I'm
there's
sure
some
there
chefs
is.
out here.
Yeah.
Get a student chef. Shit. Get
I have heard. Okay,
like you can get a student.
so just as an idea, I have heard just using student for everything.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go get your
Dental
haircut for
work.
free,
See,
dental work.
I used to go get my hair braided at CNJ
Yeah. Go to cosmetology schools. They do all your shit for
for
free.
$30.
When my sister was in dental school, they used to do like a lot of dental work.
Yeah, and some people don't want to go. I ain't going to no student. Shit, that was the best dental work I ever got.
That's what, and the thing is, when you go to students for that kind of stuff, like since we're talking about culinary things, like it's people that a lot of times know what they're doing, and they're like fresh in school, so
they're gonna do it correctly.
They're going to do it right because it's like
And
And the
Right.
professor's probably
Yeah.
and the teacher's probably right there.
Yeah.
Instead of this nigga you going to down the street because I'm just trying to help the black folks out. 'Cause my
Right.
orthodontics was fucked up.
Because I was gonna say, like, you have people that do that work and they've been doing it for years, and they like,
And they
you
still-
ain't going nowhere, so I mean, I'm just gonna do the work how I feel
Basically.
like it.
You should. Ooh, that whole office was horrible. Y'all don't go to Crown Dental.
I ain't never heard of Crown Dental, so
Dental Crown.
I won't be
Dental
there.
Crown.
I don't know.
Crown, dental crown.
Don't go there.
That sucks.
All right, but so we're gonna go ahead and round out. As far as the Woosah segment, I was going to actually make it about communication because we kind of talked about ghosting already.
Mm-hmm.
So for our Woosah segment, I really just want people to really take the time to open up lines of communication with anybody that you deal with. This is like family, friends. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be dating or in a relationship to ghost somebody.
Can you ghost your mama?
You can go, you can ghost
Ghost
family
anybody.
members. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody gets the ghost.
Like, you can ghost family members
I don't know.
or whatever. So, like, you want to be able to have open lines of communication, just and not even just for ghosting purposes, but since we're talking about ghosting, you want to have open lines of communication. So it's never a situation where anybody is unsure about how you feel. Because like the big thing about ghosting is
You don't know.
yeah, they disappear. And you're like, well, what did I do? Like even on Insecure, she kept asking. She's like, well, is it the way I kissed him or I told him too much information? I shouldn't have given him all of that. I shouldn't have got naked at one time. And you know what
They
you
got
did
naked
wrong.
too.
I know, but I'm saying like you beat yourself up about things
Yeah.
because you're unsure.
I ain't beat myself up.
The thing is, you should never be unsure of your relationship with anybody if you communicate with them. And so, like, you should communicate just, like I said, not just for ghosting purposes, but just so that you know exactly where you stand with people. And if they do have an issue with you, y'all should be able to discuss issues. You should be able to discuss issues. I seen a post the other day where they were talking about, like, one of the things that you learn as being an adult is that you have to learn, like, in order to not argue with each other, like especially in a relationship, is that you should be discussing the issue and not the person. So you shouldn't be going into that situation being like, well, you did this, blah blah blah. It's because you were like this. It's because you did. And
So when they cheat on you, like,
no,
let's
we're not
discuss-
talking about cheating because cheating is a whole other thing.
yeah.
We talking about like specifically like I'm trying to think of something that's mundane, that's not as serious as cheating, but that people really argue about.
Like petty arguments, money arguments.
Yeah, like
stuff
money
that.
arguments. So like it's a money thing. It's like you can't come into the argument talking about, well, this because your broke ass did this and that. You have to be like, okay, well, this is where the money's missing from. How are we going to solve this?
Yeah.
Like let's discuss this money issue, not discuss you and what your personality is and how that has to do with the money issue.
That
you have.
sounds good, but it don't be like that sometimes.
It don't be like that because don't nobody try it.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
nobody
hard
wanna
to
work.
get, like, to snap
Exactly.
back from and be like, you be wanting to say your broke ass took the money out the account. That's what you want.
Everyone takes work.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people don't want to work.
I mean, I work for a living.
I mean, like it takes more work, and that's the thing.
That's why relationships, I
People
feel
be
like it's another
tired.
fucking job.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. People
no.
be tired. They be too tired to deal with that
One
shit.
day, y'all.
But you have to. You have to. You
That
have to
sounds
get
nice.
that
I wish I
work
could be like that.
I
Let's
wish-
sit down and talk.
I don't even
But some
do it that
people
way.
piss me off that I'll be like, look, nigga, you was wrong. Like,
I'm saying I don't even do it that well, so I can't really knock nobody for not doing
I'm
it
gonna
that
work
way.
on that. I'm like, look, let's just talk about this.
There you go. And the thing is, it's gonna be real awkward. The
It
first
is
few
gonna be
times.
awkward.
Yeah.
And
So
the
how
fact
do
is,
you-
It may not even work.
I
a
have
few
one
times.
quick question. How do you get that person to talk to you? Because you know they still gonna be on your ass about it. You be like, okay, just calm down. Let's just talk. Stop talking.
Sometimes you have to allow that person to. Okay, this is another thing. you have to understand that everybody's not going to be in the same position you are as far as growth. So, like, let's say you've gotten to the point now where you're like, okay, I'm not going to cuss you out and call you a broke ass, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
But
they
you have to
might
understand
say
that they may not be at that point.
Yeah.
So they may come at you with this, this, and that, and then you gotta be at the point where you can be like, okay, I see that you're at whatever level you're at. I'm just not gonna deal with you right now. You know, when you're ready to have a conversation, we can have one. And you have to be the mature one until that person matures to their level, or if they don't mature to your level, you have to be at the point where you can be like, you can explain to them and be like, you know what, I don't think that we're ever gonna be on the same page, so I think that we need to go our separate ways. And that is an alternative to ghosting somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can discuss it. No, hey, we just not clicking. So it's obvious that we're not gonna ever be back to that point or get to that level. So let's just call it what it is.
I'll test this out.
Test it.
I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
Do it.
We gonna see.
Anybody got anything else before we get out of here?
I think that's about it.
No.
I don't know, anybody got anything coming up?
Don't y'all got some stuff coming up?
No,
I really want to go see the Wiz.
The Wiz.
I do want to see
It's the
that. Man, I'm trying to
coming.
go look, and I don't think I want to buy them tickets.
They $120. I was
Yeah.
like, why the fuck
Even the
is so
cheap
high?
ones are 30, but I couldn't find
What
two
is-
seats together.
Where the 30? I ain't seen nothing.
When I went to the
Oh,
website,
maybe
they were $30 ones. But they might have been almost sold out because I couldn't find two seats together, and that was in the last show in November. So,
Wiz.
but yeah, the Wiz is at Hobby Center starting like next week, like October 15th, something like that.
I
All the way
can't
till
find
November
that.
4th or 5th. But yeah, so if y'all want to look into doing some culture things, the Wiz play is at the Hobby Center, so y'all check that out.
That's crazy. It's already, like I say, already booked kind of thing. Sold out.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know if it's sold out or maybe I was just doing something wrong on the website because I was like, I
They
can't
got
find
tickets.
seats.
I ain't seen $30.
They had $30 tickets. I just
When
can't.
you, I looked
figure out.
today, and that shit,
I think
that
yesterday.
120 was the cheapest.
Oh, well, see, that's what I'm saying. The $30 ones might be gone.
So,
No, I don't
and they
think
still
all
up
that's-
there though. That's why I was like, I never paid. Well, I did for Lion King.
You pay for
How much pay for bodyguard?
Not that much. It was daytime too. Or I should look at the daytime.
There
Like,
is a 1 o'clock one. There's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on that Saturday, I think.
see, that's the problem. I think I'm going that weekend. That's okay.
You should be.
I'm just gonna have the Wiz in my house. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the tape on.
I'm about to say, I got a DVD at that right now.
Yeah.
That Wiz is one of my favorite movies.
Turn on the video cassette.
anything else?
No.
I think that's it. You know what I'm saying? We got Wiz, Homecoming, fall coming up.
Football.
Homecoming is coming up. BB Homecoming, October 27th.
In that
Hotel
thing. I'm probably gonna be drinking. Or whatever. I can't drink right now. Hot, my blood pressure high, man. I'm not feeling too well right now. I'm just faking it. But yeah,
Faking team, man.
I feel that.
blood pressure high.
If
No
there's nothing
alcohol
else.
this month.
No alcohol this month?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a blessing. I'll probably try that for November.
It's bad when you have to do it because of health. Like, it's not good.
No, but it needs to be done. So
It does. It definitely does. Because I really need to do it for my health, but I'm just trying to hold out because Homecoming.
oh, you got to be
That's what he said. You ain't gonna drink on? I'm like, nah. Can I have water?
You know, I gotta have the shades on and be ready to black out.
I'll let y'all know how that goes when they blacked out.
I remember being at Homecoming. I was so sloppy drunk. Like I went to Hobart and I just sit there in front of it. And as my back was messed up, like I didn't want to walk no more. And I just sit there for like 30 minutes by myself. I was so messed up.
I did that, but I went inside a whole bar because I was going in there to like use the restroom, but then I was like, man, it's so cool in here because this wasn't hot Homecoming.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I hope it's cold this time.
No, like last time.
Yeah, last time it got too cold.
You didn't go last year.
I ain't go last year. It was really cold.
It was
Oh,
freezing.
never mind.
Yeah.
I went the year before.
It can be
It was
going
cool.
get cool at nighttime. It
Yeah,
can be
cool
cold.
at night is cool because I take my backpack and keep
That's
the jacket
so
on the backpack
cool.
and it'd be cool.
I chilled more with the older people. They had live bands. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, getting
I
down.
know we had to argue this shit that was going down.
I'm coming for food though. I ain't gonna lie.
We got it.
I'm eating meat that day. I'm sorry.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, so.
Alright.
Halloween costumes too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Halloween. You guys where you going?
No, well, no, not yet.
I might not do Halloween this year. We'll see.
Sure.
Well, see any parties going down. Well, as always, we hope you laughed a little, learned a lot. We hope we have helped you find the remedy to whatever's troubling you. This is What's the Remedy Podcast.
Alright, y'all.